Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh my god, you guys. Will you be slaying tonight? I'm so excited to talk to you guys about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, I know I'm a little bit Jamie come lately when it comes to this, but believe it or not, I did really watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer growing up, and it's one of those cult classic shows that I wanted to, jumpstart a new part in my, Jaymes Mansfield 2 channel. I'm reviewing older media. So I thought I'd start with Buffy the Vampire Slayer because, well, it's horror, and it stars a bubbly, fun, blonde girl like me. So I want to talk to you guys all about Buffy the Vampire Slayers, episodes 1 through 3, because I just started, okay? So it's Hellmouth, The Harvest, and whatever episode 3 was called. Let's get into it, okay? So episode 1 is the pilot episode, and we pick up where Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, left off. First things first, I love the new change. They got rid of Christy Swanson because she sucks. Yeah, if you're paying attention to, current politics, she's not the best. She's actually kind of awful. So yeah, I'm glad we have that welcome change. Christy Swanson is no longer there. I mean, we still have Alec Benjamin or whatever it is that plays Xander, but it is what it is. I don't feel like he's in this for the long haul. So let's talk about it. So Buffy moves to Sunnydale after she burns down her high school gym. And it's kind of set up really well. I have to say, for as far as this show goes, I was expected to be 90s as hell, which it kind of is, bear with me. But it actually was holding up pretty good for modern viewing, which I was surprised by. I didn't cringe at a lot of things. I guess the budget kind of show. It's very low budget. And I guess it turns out, I don't know if this is true or not. I heard it. It might just be rumor. But I heard Dolly Parton's company, Sand Dollar, was one of the big financiers of this show. She saw potential in it and wanted to bring it to the screen. I don't know if that's true or not, but definitely it's a cool factoid if it is. But I digress. Our star is Sarah Michelle Gellar, who honestly transcends in this. Okay, I fell back in love with her all over again. I remember being obsessed with her as a little kid because I was all over I Know What You Did Last Summer, okay? I thought I was Helen Sharp, okay? I literally would pretend with my socks and everything around my head, I'd wake up in the morning and act like my hair was cut off. That was my whole thing, okay? Everything. Loved Sarah Michelle Gellar. She has been recast as our Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A welcome change indeed. We're introduced to Willow, who's the nerdy bookish type. You can tell there's something about her, oh, she's probably going to be one of the main cast. Just because they keep focusing in on her. And Xander, who's annoying and an incel, who I don't like. And his friend, whose name escapes me, but he's really cute. Oh my god, he was really cute. And he comes to a bad end, but we'll get into it. So, oh, and the bitch named Cordelia. Cordelia's a fucking bitch. Let's just get into that, shall we? Cordelia is an asshole. She's the bully in this show. She's a popular girl. And I guess she's stereotypical popular because she's one of those small town girls that you know must have a little bit of money, so she lords it over everybody. So therefore, she's Miss Popular. Honestly, watching the show in 3 episodes, you can tell you can kick her ass. She really isn't. She's all bark and no bite. And I feel like she's probably going to become a more important part of the series when the latter comes through. But as far as episode 1, the pilot goes, it establishes a very good stakes. We know that Buffy is on thin ice at this new school because she got kicked out of her last one, so she can't act out, which is already an amazing setting. And I guess we're going into this knowing she's already a vampire slayer and she already knows. It goes right into it from the movie. And if you saw the movie, just read the synopsis, you'll get the gist of it. It's not really worth revisiting. But, oh yeah, there's also no Luke Perry. So just don't expect to see Pike anywhere. He's gone. He's miles away. He's long gone. He's in 90210. He's not bothered with this. Also, he was 40 when he filmed that movie. But I digress. So, Buffy Summers has moved to Sunnydale. She is trying to restart her life. And boy, how does it all hit the shits right away. Immediately at the beginning of the episode, someone gets murdered. A vampire tricks a boy and bites his neck. I mean, it kind of sets you up because they break into the school, right? And you think it's going to be the other way around. You think she's the one in peril. And when he says, yeah, there's nobody here, she's like, great. She totally, the vampire effects in this are great. They get a full, Vulcan indent in their forehead and their teeth spit out like that. It's incredible. Honestly, practical effects, you gotta love it. But her name was, I think, Becky or Blair. Darla. Her name is Darla. Another name that I never known anyone to actually have. I've only known the name Darla to exist inside of fiction. Is anyone actually named Darla? Does that happen? I don't think it does. Maybe before the Little Rascals. I'm not exactly sure. So Darla is Miss Sickening. She's going around biting people and feeding on them because they're trying to gather people around for the harvest. Because I guess there's this one old guy vampire that lives in the sewers or at the basement of a sewer of an old church. Whatever it is, he's underground and he can't leave because well, he has to feed. And these vampires, right, are like harvesting teenagers because they have youth and they're pure and innocent. If you knew teenagers growing up in the 90s, you know they're anything but pure and innocent. So they're making do with what they got, is what I'm saying here. They're making the best of a bad situation. They're gonna resurrect this old guy no matter what it takes. So it's probably gonna take a lot of these teenagers. So they are preying on teenagers left and right? And Buffy Summers is basically, she's retired. She's like, look here, I am not a slayer anymore. Don't ask me. I will not slay. Thou shalt not slay. I have given that up. She runs into this old British guy named Giles who works in the library at their school. And he immediately like sees her and recognizes like, oh my God, bitch, you slay. She's like, I do not. I stopped that. That was the old me. But no, she is content with just moving on with her life and starting over anew in Sunnydale because she knows she's not that nice. She knows she'll have to kick out of this school too. And her mom's so disappointed in her. Her mom is so cute, by the way. She's got like a little like serial mom haircut. She's adorable. I love her. She's lovely. But yes, there is a teenage club, like an all ages nightclub that all the teens go to. It's like the only hotspot in town. So they're all going there to dance, right? Meanwhile, the vampires are picking off people left and right. Buffy befriends Willow, who's so sweet. Totally a les. I can tell she's a les. I think she's becomes a lesbian later on in the series, but I'm not exactly sure. She kind of gives off that vibe. She's bookish. She's like Xander's best guy friend, other than his other friend, but he tells her she's just like one of the boys. And you can tell she's not necessarily that bothered by it. But, yeah, this nightclub is where all the vampires prey. At night, they come out to play and prey on all, like, the youth to, like, bring them back to their old guy to, like, sacrifice. Like, blood rituals and stuff like that. It's very hokey-pokey. But Buffy befriends Willow because Cordelia is an absolute bitch to her all the time. And Buffy's just, like, thinking in the back of her mind, like, I don't want to be that. Like, if I'm going to go back to a school, I'm going to go and be an asshole. So, like, she befriends Willow because she wants to actually pass her classes. And she convinces Willow when she bumps into her at the club to, like, go and talk to guys because she's so nervous, too. So she tells her, like, you know, just seize the moment, okay? Just go out there and, you know, YOLO is basically what she says. It's like the 90s equivalent of YOLO. It was, just have fun because you might die tomorrow, which is the 90s equivalent of you only live once. You know, YOLO. YOLO, Willow. So she's like YOLO and goes out and talks to a guy who's obviously a vampire because his outfit comes completely out of 1989. Like, it's the 90s. Why are you dressed like that? And Buffy even mentions it when Giles bumps into her at the club. She's like, I could spy a vampire anywhere. Trust me, I still have my gifts. She looked right in the crowd and said, that one right there is a vampire. And he's like, how do you know? She's like, bitch, he is so out of style. He looks whack, as they say in the 90s. And Giles is like, you actually have to use your intuition. And she's like, honey, I use my woman's intuition. So Willow gets kidnapped, right? He's like, she's getting dragged to the graveyard under the guise that she's going to make out with like this DeBarge guy. It's not going to happen. He's going to try and suck your blood, girl. And Xander's friend is also lured there by Darla. Because Xander's friend gets knocked back by Cordelia, which is like, babe, what were you expecting? Like, she doesn't want to date you. She wants football players. You look like you play Dungeons and Dragons. You were never going to get her. He gets attacked by Darla, and he's like fighting for his life, right? He's about to die. And Willow's cornered inside a mausoleum. Well, Buffy storms in and super bitch beats the shit out of all of them until an old familiar guy, like one of the older vampire guys, that's like the decision of the older vampire guy, he comes in and kicks the shit out of her. And he's about to kill her, right? But he reaches down. She's wearing a crucifix. He gets burned. All the vampire rules apply. Okay, stakes, beheading, shot through the heart with something. Stakes, it all works. Okay, all rules apply here. They have to get invited in, you name it. Buddy's friends get kidnapped, and she knows she has to rescue Xander's friend because that's like his only friend in school. They make a plan, but before Buffy can go out, she gets grounded. She has to break out of curfew and go rescue her friends. Honestly, I'm already loving the setup. Her and Xander go downstairs into like the sewers because that's where vampires meet, right? That's where they have to live because there's no sunlight. It makes sense, right? They bump into Xander's friend, and lo and behold, he's been turned. They used him as bait so that you can lure Buffy down there because they know she's a Slayer. And if you know anything about vampire lore, you know Slayers have sickening blood, so they want it. They immediately are thinking, we want that blood. They lure Buffy. I should check if it's still recording. They lower Buffy down there, right? And it's a trap, okay? It's a trap. Buffy manages to escape. She vaporizes a couple of vampires and makes it out alive. The vampires decide, well, if we can't bring them here, we're going to go where they are. They all break out of the sewers, right? And they're going to go to the hotspot nightclub and lure Buffy there so they get her Slayer blood. And also, honey, have a potluck, okay? It's everyone's bringing their own dish, and their dish is their hot young bodies, and they're going to feast on them, right? So the vampires all come in. They do not pay a cover charge. And they start going left and right on all these teenagers, right? It is all-you-can-eat buffet. It is the old country buffet up in this nightclub, okay? And Buffy breaks in, she flips from the rafters, kicks the vampire in the chest. She is super bitch, right? She starts kicking ass left and right. Oh, she also meets an older vampire named Angel who's really hot, David Boreanaz. I guess he gets a spin-off later on, but he's really hot. He's also there too. But I don't think he's in the nightclub. Probably not. But it's kind of a will they won't they thing kind of happening there. Even though it's like, girl, he's like 200 years old. But anyways, she kicks the shit out of this vampire, right? The helper vampire. And she vaporizes him. Or maybe she doesn't. I think she just kicks the shit out of him. But Xander's friend goes after Cordelia. He's going to try and feast on her, right? And Xander stabs him accidentally and he gets vaporized and dies. So that's the end of Xander's only friend. So once again, he's alone in this world. And he's going to be the guy friend of all the girls. Is he gay? Is Xander gay in the show? Because it's giving gay. It's kind of giving gay. Buffy saves the day, and that's the end of episodes 1 and 2. Episode 3 gives you a complete switch up, right? Instead of vampires, bitch, we're getting witches. And if you know anything about me, you know I fucking love witches. Buffy is auditioning for the cheerleader squad, right? Like, she wants to be a cheerleader. And Giles is all like,
what are you doing? You can't be a cheerleader. It's social suicide.
Honey, it's social upgrades, okay? I gotta blend in here, okay? I said I'd slay, but I also have to slay at homecoming. So just back off, crumpets, okay? She auditions for cheerleading squad and she gets third alternate, which is kind of incredible considering she could do all these backflips. Like, who the fuck is at this school? Like, is it a training ground for Cirque du Soleil? How the hell did she get third alternate? But Cordelia makes team and everything, and there's one girl in the squad whose name I forget. I think it was like Courtney or Colleen or something. We'll call her Courtney. Courtney has been training her whole life to be a cheerleader. Her whole mind is cheerleading because her mother was a cheerleader. And that's all it takes, okay? If you ever watch Cheer, that's all it takes. So she lives, eats, and breathes cheerleading, and she is pissed. Cordelia threatens her when she accidentally, like, bumps her and makes her stumble on a move and tells her, like, look, bitch, you better watch your step because I'm going to be a cheerleader because I'm Miss Sickening. And she's like, I'm so sorry, Cordelia. They show us later on that night. And spooky attic, there's a woman wrapping up a cheerleader doll, a Barbie doll, with a piece of Cordelia's blouse. And she throws it into a bubbling hot cauldron full of goop. Like green slime from like Nickelodeon. It's everything. She is calling the corners, okay? She's gonna make this fucking cheerleading squad. The next day, Cordelia goes blind. And she nearly kills herself and the driving instructor at her school when she collides with the school fence and almost gets hit by a car. She gets out, there's a fucking garbage truck coming her way. Her eyes are whited out. Buffy saves her and tackles her out of the way. She is blind. She's temporarily blind. Buffy is on to the girl. Like, she immediately calls it out. She's like, it's this bitch. Because she wants to be a cheerleader so bad because her mom wanted her to be. It's her. So she goes and tries to get slick and steals bits of her hair from her, like, purse. Because they are trying to cast a spell to, like, heal Cordelia, right? Even though they don't like her. But they're trying to heal her, okay? She goes into Cordy's bag and stumbles and grabs it. And suddenly, the next girl, who is the second alternate, her mouth is gone. Her mouth vanishes. It's like, holy shit. Like, how does all this supernatural stuff happen? And everyone's just like Emperor's New Clothes the next day. That's how they were after the nightclub, too. Like, all Cordelia could talk about was how some guy was making out with one of their friends in the alleyway. Not the fact, like, Buffy vanquished a whole, like, clan of vampires that tried to kill them. It's kind of everything. But yes, the girl loses her fucking mouth, like all Neo in the Matrix when, like, they're putting a little bug inside his belly button. It's very that. So Buffy knows, oh shit, girl, it's the bride that wore black and my name is next, okay? Uma Thurman is after me. It's only a matter of time before this curse hits her. The very next day, Buffy wakes up and she is abnormally peppy. So the fact like she can't even like keep secrets, right? Like she's just out of this world peppy. I don't know necessarily if this curse is terrible. Needless to say, like she fucking bombs during cheerleader practice, right? She gets immediately booted out of squad and Courtney takes her spot. Well, Buffy learns from Giles, I guess this curse might have some like long-term effects that could eventually kill her. And by long term, I mean a matter of a few hours. So she's like, shh. So she knows she has to, like, get Courtney out of here. So they go to Courtney's house and they try and talk to her mom because they think her mom is the witch, right? They're pretty certain her mom is the one that's dabbling in the witchcraft. They get there and her mom is being cagey, like abnormally cagey. She's like, what do you mean? What has Courtney done? Oh, my goodness. And she keeps, like, having little minor slip-ups. Like, ever since our father, I mean, her dad left. Like, oh, my God, bitch. This girl is Courtney. Her mom switched spots. They got Freaky Friday. So Giles and Buffy really pick up on this. And they're upstairs in that attic trying to reverse this spell. Well, Courtney is living her best life at a pep rally, right? Like, she is about to, like, do human pyramid. She's sticking the landing, right? Like, she is living her best life. as a middle-aged woman reliving her glory days as a cheerleader. And it's kind of everything. Like, it's kind of like The Substance, only she took it from her own daughter. She's like, you know what? It turns out you don't deserve to have this. I know I gave you life, but I'm about to take it back, okay? I am reclaiming my time when it comes to cheerleading, all right? This is my dream. You can just sit at home and clean, but I am going to go live my best life as a cheerleader yet again in high school. Like, oh, what a sad existence. But yeah, they reverse the spell, right? And Mom Courtney back at the school can feel it happening, right? She's like, oh, the spell's being reversed. So she immediately falls to the pyramid. She walks out. Xander will try to corner her. She like does Jedi mind trick strangle on Xander, right? And he's like getting the choke, right? Like, and falls to the floor. Then she immediately turns around and decks Willow right in the face. Like, she's like, I'm gonna waste magic on you, bitch. Pow! Knocks her ass out. She storms the girls inside of her house, and she's about to cast a nasty spell at Buffy, right? Like, she talks down to her daughters like, look, bitch, I gave you life and I could take it away. I'll make sure you never get in my way again. I'm gonna cheerlead until I can't cheerlead no more. So she casts this nasty spell at Buffy, right? And Buffy takes a mirror, blocks it, bounces back, hits her. I'm rubber, you're glue. Guess what, bitch? This spell knocked you out too. Oh my God, it was everything. She like vaporizes her mom, and original Courtney is just like, you know what? My mom kind of sucked. So I'm gonna go like have my dad come back. I'll just say that my mom ran off and she abandoned me. It's gonna be sickening. And that's exactly what happens. Like, Courtney never liked cheerleading. She gets kicked out of squad. She does not care. Her dad is returned. Everything is all great. They don't know what happened to her mom, and she does not care. She's like, I had no sign of my mom whatsoever. And honestly, whatever spell she cast on me worked because I have not seen her at all. The camera ends, right? It's zooming in on the trophy cabinet, and inside the trophy is a cheerleading statue. And you can see the eyes glowing like the mom's were. And you can hear like muffle, like, she trapped herself inside a cheerleading trophy. Joss Whedon, you son of a bitch. I have to say, this really helped me. I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it, even years after the fact. Like, you did that. I think it's mostly the fact that, like, Sarah Michelle Gellar is so likable. Like, how can you not like her? Like, Buffy is kind of vapid and stupid, but I have a feeling she's gonna grow on you. It's kind of like the early episodes of Sailor Moon, right? It's very similar to Sailor Moon, where Serena is kind of, like, dumb and selfish and, like, self-absorbed. But you can tell she truly cares about her friends, and she cares about people. Buffy's got that same kind of appeal. I can tell why people really, really like it. Yeah, I'm excited to watch more episodes. This has been episodes 1 through 3. If you're rewatching it too, let me know what you guys thought. Or if you're an avid Buffy fan, let me know, okay? I would say thank you so much to my gamer girls who have been tuning in my live streams. Be sure and check out Thrilling Thursdays, where I play video games on this channel. I have to be off. I'll be slaying tonight. And until next time, bye.